in living color, ladies and gentlemen, live from Lincoln, Nebraska, and Orlando, Florida. I mean,
what's up, motherfuckers?
Live for us, not live for. I always hate how that goes because I'm live.
We're live, but everybody's going to see us post live.
Yeah. So welcome to Post Live at Stache and Beard Show. Austin Pistulka, Alan Pilley, having a good old time. So plugs right away because I'm gonna forget them because I'm the plug master of all things plugs. Gross.
It just doesn't end. Jesus.
It does not. YouTube videos are gonna go up here. Literally, just subscribe to the channel, and you'll find out when we are going to post. Hit the bell, hit the notification bell down at somewhere. That's the best way to follow us, to find us. We do have the podcast, which is up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever podcasts can be found. Leave us a review. That really helps out the algorithm. Subscribe, follow, all that great stuff. And then, of course, follow our regular social medias, Austin Pistulka, at Radio Guy Austin, at Actually Average on TikTok, at Alan Pilley on IG, at Lady Juice Beard Oil, at CTX Barbell Orlando, at Strongman Movers LLC.
Yep, that's it. On Instagram as well.
Mint. Nailed that one.
Good job on all four. I was just going to say, like, to all our viewers, how do you like the new format? Something you want to see changed? Like, how, are we, hey, this is still good. I love fucking seeing y'all. I hate y'all. Whatever. Let us know,
Absolutely.
Anything down in the comments below what you want to see changed or still kicking. So,
or if you have topics that you want us to hit on, we absolutely will talk about anything. If you want us to talk more about ghosts, let us know.
Real quick too, even between you and I, like when we go to make our Instagram posts, like let's comment on that too.
Yeah, absolutely. We want all the comments. Hear about? Yeah, comments, topics. Like, what do y'all want to? What do you want us to talk about that maybe we have not touched upon or haven't thought about? So, engagement from you guys as well. So that'd be awesome. Because I don't know if you know this, Alan, but we're entertaining motherfuckers, and people want to hear us talk about shit they want to hear about. So
I agree.
Perfect. We'll see whatever
people may disagree.
I think it's 67, sir.
We lost one.
Oh no, did we really?
That's a 66.
Yikes, this is awkward. Man. Whew. Anyway.
Maybe it was me.
Alan, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Of course. But that all aside, plugs aside, you have a meet coming up. We talked about it a little bit last time we were together, but we were also a little intoxicated last time and may not have done a great job. I'm rewatching the Tony. My favorite 5 minutes of the podcast that we've ever done is you and Chad arguing about if you can go 3 different divisions and what that looks like.
So I just watched that coming over to the gym.
Because I posted both those. That's like the pre-Tony Talk warm-up, and then the Tony stuff is coming up. It's posted today, and then all that sort of stuff.
What aggravated me the most about that is I answered that question like 9 times, and I was like, I'm giving you the answer. Like this is how it would be, and then he kept giving me examples, and then my dumbass would like, oh yeah, okay, let me go answer this again, and I would answer it again.
When no, you've already answered that.
I was like,
and I'm just over to the side going, "That's on you, motherfucker!" Like,
you kept saying it, but him and I were so into that argument or discussion that we weren't even paying attention to you, and I just kept like, you see my face, I'm like, oh, good question. No, Alan, it's the same fucking question. You just answered it. Yeah, I watched it on the way over here. It was great.
That might be the best 5 minutes of this podcast yet, because it's just so absurd and it's hysterical. And then the slow zoom in on Tony off to the side, like, we'll get to you, Tony, but we're having a massive discussion here about if we can do 3 different divisions.
The tag team off screen, that was good too.
That was really good. Absolutely. So you have a meet coming up, and it is 100% full at this point, and it is full of monsters.
This turned out to be a much bigger meet than I honestly thought it was going to be. I did not doubt that it was going to fill up. I just did not know it was going to fill up this fast. Mm-hmm. I went back, and I have it pulled up for you as well. I did not think that we were going to get this big of a lifter, as far as like a personality and, you know, type of thing into the meet. You know, we always have individuals that are big names in the sport. I just didn't think like, oh, hey, this meet was going to be as big as it has been, especially after just getting done at Tommy's meet. You know,
right.
And to me, that was a huge meet for the state of Florida. That was a great meet.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
So very excited with who we have signed up. We are opening up the unlimited category, which I still believe until there's one more meet in Sarasota, I think, before us. They may have unlimited people. If not, then don't quote me, because I could absolutely be wrong. I think we're going to be the first meet in the state of Florida that allows the unlimited division, the rubber band shirt.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, which opens up like world record attempt possibilities. Not that it will happen, but like having that allows the other to be a possibility. You know what I mean?
Dude, the thing that I'm still going back and forth with the RPS chair is how to differentiate the multiply division from the rubber band division, the unlimited. And I think Danny was asked about this topic. And in my personal opinion, they're not the same. They should be governed different.
Sure. Like
single ply, multiply. So for you to come in with a rubber band shirt to take a multiply record, I don't think it should be allowed. It's a totally different category.
Right.
And I believe that is exactly why we're governing it as such.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, because I keep talking back to the chair, nothing is currently set in stone. So for you to come in and take a multiply record, like the heaviest bench of all time in a multiply shirt,
right,
should be looked at differently than the all-time world record in a rubber band shirt.
Right.
For you to come in and use the rubber band shirt in the unlimited division to take a multiply record, like say if anybody took Dave Hoff's record, I personally don't feel that's fair. I think that you have set a new record in a new division, and
sure,
if people want to come take your record, then they go and do
that specific style, right, that specific gear. You know,
I don't personally think that your unlimited record should take Hoff's record.
And this shouldn't be controversial. Like this shouldn't be a controversial.
It shouldn't be, but it's going to be. It's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the question you just asked right there, like, oh, record's coming to be broke. I've got two guys that signed up for it. Tony Carlino doing full power.
Yep.
And Bob Merck that signed up to do bench only. And with plenty of time, like Jesus, man, like you could see a couple of humongous benches. You're out of both of them. You're gonna see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tony, the first time, I think he said in 2.5 years, first time he put $1,000 on his back, like he could hit something. Dude, I don't know. I don't know where his deadlift with proper training, what his deadlift could be.
Right.
He could come hit 1,100. He's got 4 or 5 months to still train. He could hit 1,100 in a meet.
Yeah.
He hit 1,300 on the bench, and that's 24, and put something over 7 on the deadlift, and you're over 3,100 where Hoff is. And in my opinion, Tony has set an ungodly total in the unlimited division only.
Yeah.
And it just so happens to be the most ever.
Right.
That is how that needs to be looked at. That most ever was lifted by, when we say, as an example, Tony Carlino.
Right.
But for it to take Hoff's multiply record, I don't personally think so.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of to put it into a different sports analogy, it would be like in the NFL. So there's NFL football, there's college football. The record for most rushing yards in college football compared to the most rushing yards is that record. Yep. The most rushing yards in the NFL is that record. Then there's also the over, or even more so, it's more like just college football. There's Division I, Division II, Division III. You know, those each have their own individual records, but then as a whole, you still have the collegiate record. You know what I mean?
You may have somebody in Division III football run for 13,000 yards in a 4-year career there. That's Jesus. That's dumb, but whatever. We'll say that.
No, it could happen.
13,000 yards.
Division III, it could happen.
It might, yeah. Say they rush for 13,000 yards. It is not an FBS record. It is a Division III record. However, we will then say between all the divisions in football that the most yards ever rushed in a 4-year career belongs to Austin Pistulka of Nebraska U.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
University of Nebraska.
Yeah, but so to take Dave Hoff's all-time record, no. To set the most weight ever lifted, absolutely. That could go. It could happen there. So that's my take on that.
Absolutely could.
That's my opinion. So
that's pretty damn cool.
But anyway, yes, the meet is full. We're filled. I want to say Friday or Saturday. We got some huge names coming through. I just mentioned Tony. I just mentioned Bob Merck, Dan Bell. We've got
which Dan is competing in. I think you said the Raw Classic, which means naked knee.
Naked knee. Yep, naked knee in this federation. So that's gonna be awesome to see. He's just as strong naked knee. You know, I think I saw him do.
I think I saw him do on
for a
IG.
triple.
Yeah, that a naked knee. Like what the fuck, man?
Yeah. So
friend of the show, fan of the show. You know, Dan Bell.
Yeah, going through, man. We've got a lot of big things that could go down. Finally, you know, CJ signed up for this meet. We might see, you know, the 1,000-pound squat fall there. Going through, we got a lot of CTX. We got a lot of Perfect Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a lot of coming back up to the women here.
Shelly is a. Yep.
We got Shelly doing multiply. She's at the top here. Shelly Cannon and Tiff Biancardi, both of them.
Yeah, and both of them. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be.
Mm-hmm.
But both of them might be going for like WPO type numbers. I know Shelly
absolutely could.
Yeah, absolutely could. And Tiffany being so
this
new
is her first
to absolutely, it's her first geared meet, which means anything can happen. She could bomb out. It could be awful, blah, 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 or she could put up these massive numbers because she is that strong of a human being.
That strong and like that. So here's the thing. She's very calculated.
Mm-hmm.
She's when I say this, she's like a Rain Man to her lifting and even Chad's. Like I think I still have this. Like she gave a report of all of his lifts. What his openers are. She did good for me. Like, oh, here's his openers. Here's his warm ups. Here's his lifts. Here's his cues. Like, you know, it was great. Like, as if, you know, not saying, hey, Alan, you don't know what you're talking about. Hey, these are things that I talked to him about. Maybe, you know, say these. She had a list of this for me. She had a list of his equipment. She is a calculated lifter. So the thing about multiply is I don't care how calculated you are. Your gear might say, hey, guess what, motherfucker? You're going to go forward and you're going to miss this squat.
Right.
Or your bench shirt could say, hey, I'm not going to allow you to lock out. And go fuck off. So
interesting. You know, I wonder whose bench shirt has said that recently.
Yeah, right. So yeah, we got a lot of big names on this list. I'm looking at it now. And Jader, I forgot about Jader. Jader's coming in on it.
Oh, he's coming in for WPO numbers as well. Like he
will already have competed at the WPO down here. He could potentially already qualify for next year's WPO, which would be, you know, amazing to see.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
A lot of good things. A lot of good things coming out of this meet. It's gonna be great.
A lot of really big numbers. And so with setting up for a meet, with getting all of these big names out there, you know, it comes with a bit of a price. I don't know if you're doing, you know, prizes, anything like that, but like just getting set up to host a meet like this can cost some money. And so do you have any sponsors? Are you looking for sponsors? Like how does that work?
So we do. We are taking sponsors and currently have sponsors. I think we're at 4, 5, 6. I'll call them like title sponsors. Like they're going to have banners on the wall. They're going to be shouted out. They're going to be on the t-shirts, things like that. I've even offered some spots to headliners. You know, that do. It costs a little different. Like I could put you on the front of the shirt. You'll have tagline the top of the shirt. You'll be the biggest banner, the most shout out, like that type of thing. You know, you pay to have that. Some years, like nobody gives a shit. They just like, hey, here's my money. I just want to be along the same lines as everybody else, and we do that as well. We are in talks, you know, looking for even bigger sponsors. best lifters. Joe Jordan had told me that Dan had said, "Oh, if I'm doing this meet, I want some cool, prizes." So I started looking for those. I've got some really neat ideas going for best lifter awards that I first started off thinking, hey, this isn't seen rarely in meets. This would be pretty neat. And then I took it one step further. I was like, oh, this says CTX all about it. Like it has its attitude and its swagger and things like that. So I've gone down that line. I don't want to say what it is, but I've got some ideas that are very CTX-ish in nature. So looking at that as well. So we do have our hooks out there, and the biggest thing that honestly for me was new software, and I was like, oh shit, like the meets I've done before, I've always had the help in running it. My job was just to go sell it, throw the venue, make sure everybody was taken care of. Right. This meet is like, oh, it's all on me, and so thankfully, having people that have done it by themselves before, such as Tommy, so she's been a breath of fresh air to help me out in that regard. For sure. A lot of this stuff is just repetition, calling up the chair people, calling up the toilet company, all that type of stuff, making sure people are catered to and taken care of, and my spotters and loaders, making sure I have them, the judges. So all of that's knocked out, taken care of. We literally, the hardest part now is have to wait until October 23rd.
Yeah, October is so far away for all of this to be set up.
It is. And
that's incredible.
We've literally knocked almost everything off of the list, and now we wait. I'm trying to think. There's a question you had asked. Everybody's numbers as of now, like what you saw, like some people already signed up for our meet from the Perfect Storm meet because there was plenty of time in between meets. Like the numbers that you saw, dude, pat them. You've got plenty of time to pat them. If you had a shitty meet, you have plenty of time to correct those flaws and those difficulties, those weaknesses, and make them even greater. If you bombed, you've got time to put some numbers together to come put a total together. If you hit a PR, you got plenty of time to hit another PR, So the most difficult, I've talked to several people, the most difficult thing, like even me when I competed in the Storm meet, was I started the prep at like the beginning of January. I was like, Jesus, man, like, will the end of May ever get here? It was the longest prep for me. So depending on how you are as a person, how your programming is, this could be the next 5 longest months of your life, or you could just be like, hey, I'm just going to breeze through the first 2 months and then prep starts, August 1st.
Do you think anyone will take an opportunity to compete before, like someone who has already signed up for your meet? Do you think they'll take the opportunity to compete, 3 months ahead of time, and is that smart? As someone who competes and all that sort of stuff. I know it's per person, but how do you feel about that?
I love it, man. I absolutely hated the longest prep of my life. I treated this like, hey, man, like you got 8 weeks. I walked in here every night like meet prep for 20 weeks, or however many weeks it was from January 1st till May 20. It was a long time. 29th to 30th. It was. And I was just like, Jesus, can we just do the meet? So to do a tune-up meet in between, do it. Stay safe. To go maybe do something raw as a multiply lifter, have at it. To maybe dabble in strongman or something like that, you got plenty of time. Go do a competition. You got plenty of time. Once again, like I said, it boils down to you as the lifter. Are you able to endure 20 weeks? Do you need just 8 weeks? What do you do with your other 12? Your other 12, like, hey, I'm just going to come in here and fuck off and have fun, do some bodybuilding, maybe do a marathon, like, fucking chug beers. Like, what do you do those 12 weeks? Yeah. Do that. And then when 8 weeks is out, man, I dial in. So I do think it's smart as long as you take care of yourself, just like any other prep. Don't go out there and fuck off and do weird shit that you've never done because, I'm having a midlife crisis. You're not going to see me on a fucking skateboard regardless. I'm not going to go out and take the time to learn how to do, fucking, I don't know, inline skating off ramp. That's that type of stuff, but I'm still going to go and, I'm still going to go lift and have fun. And
do you remember my skateboarding story? Do Do you remember when I
sort of?
Oh gosh, I had gotten into longboarding because I lived in Winter Park, and I was like, Winter Park is like kind of small towny. I could just, I could just longboard places. And this was when I was pretty heavy. I was still like 305, 310, and getting on a longboard, I fell a couple times and I got back up, got on the board. It was totally cool. I was going. And then I stayed the weekend at my aunt and uncle's in Ocala. And Ocala, and especially where they live, has these big hills. And I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking bomb this hill. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. And I get on my longboard. I get on it. And I go, and I'm going down. I'm like, this is too fast. Aim for the grass, aim for the grass, aim for the grass. Hit the grass, jump off, roll off. I'm fine. All right, cool. I got this. Get to the top of the hill. Going. Okay, this is really fast now. All right, aim for the grass, jump off. So here's the board. I jump off and one foot stays on. And I did the most perfect stripper split anyone has ever done. It was nuts to pavement, smack, awful. Like, dropped it like it's hot. I like pulled hamstrings. My groin was just fucked up. All the muscles in there. I didn't squat or deadlift for like a month afterward because I had done the perfect splits. I think Liz has the video. If she has it, I'll send it to Jody. But we all know how well that goes. So
WhatsApp that shit.
Yeah, it's seriously like perfect splits, and everyone and. My wife's first reaction wasn't, oh my gosh, my husband hurt himself. It was, oh my gosh, he did the splits.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. I'll go have fun. I'll do strongman type stuff. I don't dabble in the sport much anymore.
But you do things that are like stuff. You do things that are adjacent to powerlifting. You don't go
like I'll go raw squat. I'll go naked knee beltless. I walk my squats back. Big daredevil I am. Yeah. But I don't use this time to. I'm not going to go base jumping. I'm not going to go fucking learn how to, fly a plane. Things like that. Like I'll wait until after prep. So anyway, all that aside.
I'll wait after prep, which is code for I'll wait after prep, and then I'll have another meet to prep for. And then,
like this one, dude. This is the biggest breath of fresh air. Like I don't have anything in mind.
Really?
There's nothing to qualify for. There's no reason. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know me, I'm not being negative. I'm not going to qualify for anything. So there's no real need right now for me to push for anything unless I just wanted to go have fun and do a meet. Yeah. Which I don't have anything lined up. So like, I've been doing different bodybuilding shit across the way. I started back getting pull-ups. That's about as adventurous as I've been. You know what I mean? I just did those today. Just trying to do different shit. Just take care of myself and, get you guys out there. Go watch you motherfuckers tear it up. But I've got nothing, man. I have no desire to get out there and do a meet right now. That could change. I could talk it into existence to you, and tomorrow morning I wake up with like the biggest meat heart on that I've ever had in my life. And I'm just like, Jesus, I just told this motherfucker I don't want to do a meet. And now here I am like, I got to do a meet. Like, so, yeah.
I get that.
Big old. So, anyway, looking forward to it. It's the longest time away to, so it's just keeping you guys involved throughout the months. Like, hey, here's our sponsors. Hey, reach out to so-and-so. Hey, here's our lifters. Doing bios, doing all that stuff to highlight you guys that made this a success and things like that. So that's literally what we'll be doing from now until October 23rd.
And listen, you got to get some pretty big sponsors because I only fly first class. So,
Well, the good news is that first class on Spirit is only like $60.
Nice. Hell yeah. Maybe get Spirit as a sponsor somehow.
That I flew, dude, true story. I don't even know if I told you this. I came back down from Syracuse, Philly, flew Frontier, and I'm like, here we go, this shithole of a fucking flight. they've done some great things. I'm not gonna lie, their fucking plane was new. The dumbest thing is that fucking curtain where they think, oh, like here's the curtain, you can't, motherfucker, it's see through. I can see you. You know, like it's not like a drop down cloth. It's not like, you know, color.
It's not even like a blackout curtain. It's like
blackout curtain. That's what I was going for.
It's like a shower curtain.
It's a fucking screen. Yeah, it's a screen. Like, hey, I can hear you. You know, I heard your champagne pop back in coach. You know what I mean? Like, I can smell your lobster tails. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, that was my only thing. But other than that, it was actually like they had room. Mm-hmm. Like I could spread out a little bit. You know, I wasn't like fucking like shoved in this fucking sardine can. So it was enjoyable. So
Frontier's okay. Frontier's all right. I've flown Frontier from New Orleans back to Orlando for $19, and so you know there are worse things to do for $19. So. Hey, on that note, we gotta wrap. We got to wrap things up. Hey, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Stache and Beard Show this week. I'm Austin Pistulka, at Actually Average on TikTok, at Radio Guy Austin on Twitter and Instagram. He's Alan Pilley.
You'll find all of them. Jody will type them up. I ain't going through them all.
There you go. He'll do it. Thanks, Jody, you motherfucker. We appreciate it. Let us know in the comments what you want to hear, and we'll talk about it, and we'll be back for more.
Later, motherfuckers.